Hi, everybody. This is Gino Vanelli. You're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program.
Today, on Rainbow Country, my TIFF 2020 coverage continues with the new LGBT film, Good Joe Bell, about the 2013 suicide of Jaden Bell. Plus, a flashback to TIFF 2019 with my interview featuring the chief curator of film at MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, Rajendra Roy. And Rainbow Country contributor, business person, and LGBT activist Louis Molnar with LGBT news you can use. And in hour 2, music from LGBT artists, independent artists, plus voices that you know and love in classic disco, classic 80s, classic house. Stay tuned for Gay Talk Radio right here on Rainbow Country.
Hi, this is Carol Pope.
Hi, I'm Garrett Conley, author of Boy Erased, a memoir.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Segato.
Hi, I'm Gord Depp with the Spoons. You're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Rainbow Country. As I like to call it, a little gay radio show working to give voice to the LGBT community and beyond. As always, I am your tour guide through Rainbow Country, Mark Tara. By the way, Rainbow Country originates from CIUT-FM in Toronto, the sound of your city, and now proudly in syndication on Bombshell Radio, Love Your Indie, a 24/7 streaming outlet, and Real Music, Real Ideas, Real People, CKUW-FM, Winnipeg, The Juice, CJUC-FM, Whitehorse, plus the mighty CKCU-FM, Ottawa, and the voice of the Haliburton Highlands, Canoe FM, Haliburton, Ontario's cottage country. So whether you're listening in the Yukon, the prairies, Ontario's cottage country, Southern Ontario, or even down to Buffalo, New York, or online, it is because of you listening, streaming, downloading that has taken this little gay program and made it into a syndicated radio show and a #1 LGBT podcast. So, today, my TIFF 2020 coverage continues with the new LGBT film, Good Joe Bell. From the Academy Award-winning writing team behind Brokeback Mountain and starring Academy Award nominee Mark Wahlberg comes Good Joe Bell, a heart-wrenching true story of Oregonian father Joe Bell, who embarks on a self-reflective walk across America with his son, Jaden Bell, with the hope of raising awareness about the effects of bullying on LGBTQ youth. Reed Miller, who plays Jaden Bell, joins me today in conversation. Plus, a flashback to TIFF 2019 with my interview featuring the chief curator of film at MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, Rajendra Roy. But up first, Rainbow Country contributor, business person, and LGBT community activist, Louis Molnar, with LGBT news you can use.
Welcome to Rainbow Country News Briefs, your digest of LGBT plus community headlines. Shanghai Pride, China's longest-running and only major annual celebration for the LGBT plus community, has abruptly announced its effective shutdown. In the latest sign of the authorities' increasing clampdown on civil society and LGBT plus rights in the country, the 11-year-old celebration faced staunch political and cultural opposition. In an open letter posted online titled "The End of the Rainbow," the organizers said they were, quote, canceling all upcoming activities and taking a break from scheduling any future events. They didn't give a reason. A YouGov poll in the UK has found that most women are in favor of transgender people self-identifying as a gender other than that which they were assigned at birth, signaling a societal shift toward acceptance of the trans community. 57% of women and 43% of men surveyed by YouGov agree that trans people should be able to self-identify as their chosen gender. Only 21% of women said they were against trans people self-identifying, compared with 33% of men. The world's largest Scrabble Players Association has blacklisted some 230 offensive words. North American Scrabble competitors will no longer be able to play racist and homophobic slurs from the N-word to bumboy and poofs, an 11-hour ruling that went against its own advisory board. In a statement, John Chu, the chief executive, has said, "We cannot continue to look only inward or think that how we feel about our vocabulary is more important than broader social issues." Human Rights Watch, HRW, has said in a new report that Syrian refugees who fled to Lebanon have been subjected to increased violence at the hands of Syrian state and non-state actors due to their actual or perceived sexual orientation. The often debilitating trauma survivors who fled to Lebanon spoke of limited services and lacking support from humanitarian organizations that are often, quote, poorly funded and not equipped to meet the needs of male survivors of sexual violence. And finally, Chi-Chi DeVane, known for her appearances in RuPaul's Drag Race and RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, has died after a battle with pneumonia. Chi-Chi was the drag persona for Xavier Davenport, who was a native of Shreveport, Louisiana in the U.S., and who quickly rose to fame, with show creator RuPaul saying the star will be remembered for her loving personality. Chi-Chi was 34. I'm Louis Molnar for Rainbow Country, LGBT plus community news and views from Canada and around the world, featuring politics and stories that touch our lives.
Canada's LGBTQ2+ archives just released Out North, an archive of queer activism and kinship in Canada. Order a copy from your local bookstore to dive into hundreds of loud and proud stories and photos of historical queer life in Canada from pre-1939 to today. Get your copy from your local bookstore. Out North, an archive of queer activism and kinship in Canada.
My name is Charles Officer, and I'm the writer and director of Invisible Essence, The Little Prince. You're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
So when you think of the Toronto International Film Festival, you think of celebrities, you think red carpets, crowds, and of course you think films. But there's also a whole other side to the festival that you may or may not know about. The industry side of film. And that's where my TIFF 2019 flashback comes in. So last year during TIFF, I caught up with the chief curator of film at MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, Rajendra Roy. We talk about MoMA going through a major renovation, what brought him to TIFF 2019, and so much more. Up next, Rajendra Roy.
Museum of Modern Art, yes, we are closing, and we will reopen again October 21st.
Always try to figure out what's the last brushstroke, and that's kind of how I like get calm, gave away the secret.
So that would be the entire gallery?
I think so.
You think?
They just feel like they're made to be here.
He is the chief film curator at the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA. He is Rajender Roy. Am I saying it?
I love that. Yes, actually. All true. My name is Rajendra Roy, but when I was a drag performer in the mid-90s, I was Rajender. So you actually got it right on a lot of levels.
Okay.
I know, that's a lot to process. But
You've done drag?
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay.
Legit career back when a girl could still make a living that way. I was a drag waiter at Lucky Chang's in New York. I don't know if it's before your time.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. I moved. I mean, it was genderqueer. It was, the 90s. It was performative. But, yeah, I made decent tips. Who knew?
Incredible. So, TIFF is going on. And if
it's a film festival. It's excitement.
If the audience is cheering, maybe it's, you were saying Ryan Gosling, maybe it's, Brad Pitt. Who knows?
Who knows? At TIFF, it could be anybody.
So, you are the curator for films at MoMA.
That's correct.
So what brings you to TIFF?
So Museum of Modern Art has a very long, nearly 90-year commitment to film as an art form. And I've come to TIFF now, I think this is my 18th TIFF. So I have been coming here longer than I've worked for MoMA, but to scout what's new and to be a part of the conversation. So MoMA does have a film festival that we jointly produce called New Directors, New Films every year for over 40 years. So we are looking for new filmmakers. We're not just a place where old things go to die. We're a place to discover new artists as well. So we do come here to discover, but we also, we provide a great platform to show your movies in a historical context, meaning we house and preserve the history of cinema. But we also want to be a part of the conversation. So that's why we're here.
Is there a synergy between TIFF and MoMA?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So TIFF is a large organization, not only the festival, right, every September. It also has a Cinematheque. We collaborate with the Cinematheque on an ongoing basis, lending prints from our archive and exchanging programming. We have also brought exhibitions to the Lightbox. We brought the Tim Burton Show here a few years back. We have a deep connection to Toronto and to TIFF.
When it comes to films, what type of films are you looking for? Especially at TIFF 19.
I am open. I am here to absorb the spectrum. And, we're looking at wavelengths, at the avant-garde stuff. We're looking at the big studio releases. We also have a series at MoMA called The Contenders. It's our best of the year. So we're out here looking at those films as well.
So you're open to any genre?
We're really open.
Okay.
We are not, we are nonpartisan. We're really excited about the vitality of film culture.
You guys also did a retrospective on Bruce LeBruce?
That's correct. You're looking at the curator right here.
What was it about his work that drew you to it? I
mean, honestly, Bruce and I have talked about this. No Skin Off My Ass was one of those really critical films for me in the development of my own appreciation of cinema. I mean, it spoke to me on a lot of levels. Obviously, it's an incredibly seductive film. Bruce has always leveraged the seductive power of cinema and imagery, and he always dates cute boys, so that's nice. But it was really fascinating. But he and I talked about it, like to put his work in the context of an art museum with that kind of history. I mean, I didn't want to decontextualize it too much. The great thing is our audiences are very savvy, and you had this really great cinephile audience mixed with all the queer kids showing up, all the fans. And it was a really wonderful experience. I mean, I think we both came out of it both surprised at how well it was received by certain circles, but also really reassured that, oh, he's a great filmmaker. And we knew that going in, but like to have that validated on those terms was really wonderful.
So you curate 30,000? Are these 30,000 like films?
Yeah. So the core of what we do is the collection, right? Everything we do at MoMA, actually, in all the departments. So we have over 30,000 titles in our film collection from the history, from the origins of cinema to the present. And our job is to not fuck that up, right? Is to make sure that we are preserving and celebrating and exhibiting the history of cinema, so
and
that
building on it.
And totally, it doesn't stop. And especially in the digital era, it gets actually scarier to save films, because the older films, you have a film print, you got the negative, you can make copies of that and preserve that over time. Digital technology makes it much more difficult to make sure that what you're saving is what the artist intended. So it's a big challenge, but we take it very seriously, and we're opening a new MoMA in October, and actually the whole thing will be dedicated to the collection and celebration of MoMA's commitment over 90 years to preserving great modern works of art.
So when it comes to the actual film, the celluloid, are you guys digitizing those at all?
In some cases, I think when my boss first hired me 12 years ago, he thought, we'll hire this young kid and he'll just digitize everything. We can throw all the film prints away. Quite the opposite. I sleep well at night knowing we have 90% of our collection on celluloid, on actual film, because it can last. Much of it has lasted over 100 years already. We do digitize, especially for preservation. You have an old movie and you're going to digitize it and make it beautiful again, and then you're left with digital assets for that. We're in the process. We have all of Andy Warhol's films in our collection, for example, and we're digitizing all of those precisely for access, because we realize that 16 millimeter will be really hard to screen. It is already really hard to screen. And we want to make sure that Andy's films are very accessible for future generations. So, yeah, we work very hard on that. But the strategy is not to digitize everything and abandon the old. We're going to keep both.
What got you into film in the first place? Because you're young.
Ish. Not so much anymore, but whatever.
And what got you into the love of film?
Yeah, no, a big disappointment to my Indian immigrant dad that I'm not a lawyer. I was supposed to be. You know how that works. No, I moved to New York in the
Not
mid-90s.
to mention the drag.
All of it. Well, some of it there was no debate, right? I moved to New York and I just fell in with a group of artists. And I loved being with them, and I wanted to be one, but I was relatively talent-free as an artist, so I became a curator. I really knew that I had a talent for building platforms and supporting the work of artists that I believed in, and I just stuck with it. MoMA was certainly never on my radar. When I talk to kids, they're like, I want to do what you do. There's no yellow brick road. You really have to fight. You have to work, and the only thing that I know I did right was developing those relationships with artists early on. And that's what I bring to the table, and I've always brought to the table, is like that real commitment to, if I'm going to work at this, I'm going to do it so that my friends, the people I hope will become my friends, are put in the best light by these institutions. And so that's, it just, it kept going and going and building, and relationships turn into bigger relationships and networks, and that's how it happened.
When it comes to TIFF 2019, what's on your radar that you're jazzed to check out?
Definitely. Well, one that I hope everybody can get into and see for sure is a film called Parasite, which actually premiered in Cannes. It's by a dear friend of mine, Bong Joon-ho. He's a great Korean director, a teddy bear of a guy who makes the most fucked up movies, but who speak to our current moment like no other films out there. I mean, he really has an insight on the human condition, and this film is impossible to describe. It's already won every award out there, and it's the biggest success ever in the history of South Korea. But it's about income inequality, ultimately, and the challenges that face our society to rectify that or not. And it's incredible. Another one is by another friend, Taika Waititi, great New Zealand director, who, if you're a fan of Thor, you'll be a fan of this. Not really, but whatever. Jojo Rabbit, where Taika himself is not only the writer-director, but plays Hitler as an imaginary friend to a little Nazi boy. So, go with that. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. You have been on a number of juries. You've been on the Berlin International Film Festival, Sundance, South by Southwest. the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and they do the Oscars.
That's correct.
So, your time on those juries, did those times, those experiences, did they teach you, did they inform you as to what to look for in a film, maybe even a great film, and maybe what not to look for? Like, I don't like this, but I love this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing you learn most on a jury is first camaraderie, right? Because you're isolated with a group of people over a period of time, and you really form bonds and hopefully friendships. But you also learn a great deal of sensitivity. I mean, artists, no matter what, even if they put a turkey out there, they put their heart and soul in it for the most part, especially at that level, right? And I was privileged to be on the jury in Berlin this year with my forever president, Juliette Binoche. And, you know, under her leadership, we really, really got very close, and you just dedicate the time to celebrating as much as possible the work of really dedicated artists. And so you do form and kind of cement your beliefs in what is great cinema and what is less great or less successful maybe. But it's always with a sensitivity to somebody put their heart and soul in this. You know, this is something that took years of work by not only the director, writer, by a whole crew, you know, in some cases hundreds of people. So your responsibility as someone who's judging that, who's qualified to do that? But, you know, in that role, you really do develop a sensitivity to how much work goes into these amazing creatures that are filmed. And
was it this year at Berlin, the Golden Bear went to Synonyms?
That's correct.
What did you think of that film? Like, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, I think it was the shocking honesty that Nadav got in telling what we believe in essence is a version of his own story, of a guy who basically wants to undo his own identity, right? He just wants to, he's like, I'm supposed to be this thing because of where I'm from, and guess what? I'm not that thing, but I want to be this other thing, which is this other culture. But guess what? That culture maybe is as corrupt and crazy as the one I'm coming from. So where does that land me? It's disorienting. He found this miracle of a young guy, Tom Mercier, to play the lead.
A lot of nudity, male nudity.
A lot of nudity. I mean, okay, it was well cast on that front. Hello. But no, I mean, what Tom does in his vulnerability and his ability to kind of like jump in head first.
So
was really astonishing.
You were on the jury for that.
Correct.
Was it unanimous?
It was unanimous. I can say
really?
that. Yeah, we announced that it was unanimous.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a shocker. I mean, obviously we gave prizes to other films, and there was debate. But in the end, I think it was that honesty, you know, and that fearlessness that really struck us. And it took each of us in different directions, but we all came together and really agreeing that was the film.
A little trivia for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so August 28th, 1969.
Okay.
About 50 years ago, MoMA hosted the very first ever live performance of a now famous synthesizer.
Oh.
Bears the person's name.
Okay.
Do you have an idea of what the synthesizer is that has gone on to create some fantastic music, even to this very day?
Was it a Moog?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not totally clueless. Phew.
Yes. 50 years ago.
Okay, I know what a Moog is, but I did not know that we premiered it. Good Lord.
Had the very first public performance of
amazing.
that synthesizer, 1969.
A lot of things that are now part of the culture and kind of unerasable have had their moment at MoMA, which is something to be very proud of and to take very seriously when you're introducing new things to that context.
And you're
right?
part of that history, and you're making new history.
It is a huge honor and responsibility.
3 quick questions.
Sure.
Red or white?
Oh, red.
Day or night?
Night.
Leather or lace?
Oh, lace, girl. Prince till the end of time.
Raj, thank you for your time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Hi, this is Michael Anthony Alago, music executive, photographer, author, and you are listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
heart-wrenching true story of Oregonian father Joe Bell, who embarks on a self-reflective walk across America with his son Jaden Bell, with the hope to raise awareness about the effects of bullying on LGBTQ youth. Up next, my interview with Reed Miller, who plays Jaden Bell. Reed Miller, hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me here.
You're more than welcome. Welcome on board. I always say this, but thank you for being here to have your voice, your story be heard by the LGBT community and beyond. So thank you, Reed Miller. Let's start here. Good Joe Bell. You star in this new film. You play Jaden Bell. You star alongside Mark Wahlberg, who plays your dad, Joe Bell, and Connie Britton, who plays your mom, Lola Bell. Reed Miller, talk to me about this film. What is this film, Good Joe Bell? What's this film about?
Well, this film, I think at the heart is about a dad learning to essentially to become an ally to the LGBTQ community, to while also accepting the part he played in the suicide of his son. And it's also a story about love and about a father and a son who are desperately trying to understand one another. It is just as much a story of understanding for Joe as it is for Jaden, just for both of them trying their best to understand and to fully accept one another.
I'm personally now hearing about this incident. I believe it happened in 2013.
Yeah.
For yourself, when did you first become aware of this?
So, at the time when that did happen, when all of these events happened, I was 13. So I didn't hear about it until I got the initial audition. And I started doing research, and I was very, very, very surprised that I hadn't heard about it until now, which is really one of the reasons I was so passionate about doing the film. Was it made me sad that something so important and relevant and sad was, in a way, sort of lost in the past. A lot of people hadn't heard about it, myself included. So it was, an honor for me to have the privilege to bring this story to light and to show people, like, this is what's going on. And we all need to, we need to have more empathy and work together.
Yeah. Well said. Jaden Bell was a young gay man. He was bullied, and unfortunately in 2013, he committed suicide. For yourself, Reed Miller, as an actor, a young actor, were you nervous? Were you apprehensive about taking on a role, such a challenging role, essentially? Were you nervous about tackling this role?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I was apprehensive, but I would definitely say I was nervous because, there's a huge responsibility when you are taking on a role like this. And for me, I had never taken on a role like this. That was so heavy and something that really happened. I had never done a true story. And for me, it was like, okay, when accepting the role, when agreeing to do the project, my biggest goal was to tell Jaden's story as honestly and truthfully as I could. So for me, I think my passion for Jaden as a person, for his story, kind of helped me overcome my nervousness. Because initially, of course, I was nervous. I think anyone would be, just with the amount of pressure that comes with it and the responsibility. But I was very lucky to have incredibly supportive director. Mark Wahlberg was incredibly supportive. Everyone on the project was incredibly supportive. And that also allowed me to overcome my sort of initial anxiety and really allow me to dive headfirst into Jaden.
How did you prepare to tackle such a heavy role?
Study. You know what I mean? Just study. Just talking to his family.
So you did meet some of his family members.
I did. I met his mother, Lola Bell, and I met his brother, Joseph Bell, and that was a real, almost. It was very eye-opening. It was very intense because hearing them talk about it, hearing them talk about Jaden, was really. That was the last sort of thing that I needed to really help me understand and to really give me the confidence to play the role. Because it's one thing to read a script and to see the writer's interpretation of him, but to actually hear about him from the source, from his own mother, from his brother, from the people that knew him the best, that was really, really insightful. And in a way, I could go into all this detail about, my process and, whatever, but really you can't really prepare for something like that. It's like I did the best that I could in understanding him and understanding who he really was behind closed doors. But it wasn't until, we actually stepped onto set and I was wearing his clothes and I had his iPod that had all the songs on it, and listening to his songs and what those songs meant, really that really just put it into perspective for me, into understanding who he was and what he wanted. Because a lot of the music, for instance, he would listen to was very empowering music. It was music about being yourself. It was Madonna, Beyonce, Lady Gaga. It was all music that was like, you need to be who you are, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And that was also very eye-opening because Jaden in real life was very, very confident person. He was not afraid to say who he was and what he wanted, and that is incredibly brave, especially when taking into consideration who he was surrounded by, like at school, and some of the things that happened to him. The fact that even then he didn't waver what he believed. That was inspirational just to me, and the fact that he could do that and have that strength. And learning all of this really helped me play him as best as I could.
You're just mentioning about, did you actually have his actual iPod?
I did.
You were mentioning about that and talking about the music, and one of the scenes in the film is yourself and Mark Wahlberg on the road, singing Lady Gaga. Yeah, I love that scene so much. I have such fond memories of it because Born This Way.
Yes, and it's such an important song. It's an important song in general, but just so important to the movie and to who Jaden was, because that's how he felt. Like he wasn't gonna hide from who he knew he was. And that scene, though, yes, so it's funny and it's very sweet, and it's a bonding moment between the two of them. But what I love most about that scene, and why I think the song is so important, is it has a lot of layers to it in the context that go a lot deeper than maybe some people will notice. Because for Jaden, when he's singing that song, yeah, he's kind of doing it to, mess with his dad, but that's him expressing who he is. And for Joe, when he chimes in and sings too, that's him, even in the smallest way, like accepting who Jaden was. And it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, because it is just it's a nice moment of understanding between the two.
Yeah. What was it like acting across Mark Wahlberg?
It was
Mr. Marky Mark himself.
I know, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Oh man, it was amazing. I mean, honestly, he is such a good person. He's a great guy. He's so nice and just all around an accepting person and very welcoming. And he didn't. What I loved was, I'm 20 years old. I look like I'm fit. I look like a kid. And it was so nice to feel like I wasn't treated like that. I was treated as an equal. And, Mark was just such a welcoming person. When we would be doing these heavy, intense scenes, he would just always have my back. And, that was really important, I think. And just both of us having this connection, this very father-son connection. Like the first time I met him and we read together I went to his house to audition. We left the room and me and him went into the kitchen and he was like, you feel like my son. Like it felt like I was talking to my son. And I felt the same way. Like I felt like I was talking to my dad. And I think it was in that moment that I knew we had the right connection. And it was really, I hope the producers see that too, and they give me the job. But Mark was great. I learned a lot from him, and he is a great mentor and just a great friend.
You were mentioning earlier, you were saying that scene with Mark on the road singing Lady Gaga was one of your favorite scenes. I've seen the film. Great film. Made me cry, for one thing. Reed Miller, thank you for that.
Of course.
But one of my favorite scenes, and I guess it was the Halloween scene, because you guys were in costume.
Yes.
In the alleyway, because I could relate.
Yeah, that's again, I love that scene too. And, that scene was...
Was it fun to make?
It was. It was so much fun because it was like the outfit that I wore.
Was it Ziggy Stardust?
Yes, it was. It was Ziggy Stardust, and it was custom tailored to fit me. Like it was made for me. So, and I got to keep it. I took it home.
Great.
So I have it in my closet, and it's so great because I had so much fun. It's like the cast is had such great chemistry. And the crew was also supportive that we all felt we were really, really able to just play. And especially, like just for me being able to open up and be vulnerable. Again, everyone was so supportive and just willing to do whatever. And I think because of that, we were able to get some really great gems and some great moments, like in the Halloween scene.
Yeah. So you're starring in Good Joe Bell, but you've also starred in a number of TV shows, including Criminal Minds on CBS, The Fosters on ABC's Freeform, Training Day on CBS. How did you get into acting in the first place?
So for me, I started acting when I was 13. That's sort of when I started the journey, as some people would say. I was this is actually, in some of the many ways I relate to Jaden. I grew up in a small sports-centric town, and I was a very artistic, very much not sports-oriented person. And because of that, I was bullied, and a lot of people didn't really take the time to understand me. But I was very lucky to have an incredibly supportive family. Like my parents loved me for who I am, and that they knew that I was different, but they never let that affect our relationship. They were incredibly supportive, and there was essentially this acting showcase type of thing where they travel to smaller towns, and people can audition and do monologues, and so my mom thought it was a good idea for me to try out to audition, and I had never auditioned for anything in my entire life, and I'm also a very anxious person, and so I went to the audition, and it was my turn, and I was reading a monologue, and someone's phone in the audience went off, and I just started crying. I just started crying because I was embarrassed. Like I had been stopped in the middle of my monologue and started crying. I couldn't take the pressure. But at the end, when everyone had auditioned, the owner, her name was Kim Myers, she took me and my family aside and was like, we want him to go to the next round. He's got something. And I didn't see it. Again, I was still trying to figure it out, figure out what I wanted to do. But I did that, and I kept going, and I did the showcase, and I got my first agent and manager, and it just was sort of up and up from there. And it's been a long, hard process of just working and working hard, and but it's I'm finally getting to do the things I've always wanted to do, and getting to do this film has been a dream come true. It is such an important piece that I think a lot of people are going to be affected by.
So you're an actor, you're a writer,
Mm-hmm.
a director. At such a young age, you've accomplished all these things, but you're also a skilled martial artist. You're into karate, taekwondo, XMA, Muay Thai. You got time for all that?
I early on in my life, and still now, but I don't have as much time for it. Martial arts was a real staple in my life. It really kept me grounded. So when I was 12, 13, I started taking Shoden Judo classes. That really gave me a great outlet. And I just started studying different martial arts, studying their philosophies, studying what it meant. And I took Shaolin Kung Fu, I took Muay Thai, Judo, and I also did just basic wrestling because my dad was a wrestler when he was younger. And martial arts is so important to me. It really kept me grounded and still keeps me grounded from what I've learned from it. And it's just it means more to me than just an activity. It's just a very important thing to me. And that's why in the future I would love to do more action-based roles and more intense roles. I wrote and directed and starred in a micro feature called Jaeger, and it was an action film, and I wrote it like a classic 80s action movie because I love those movies. And I was very lucky to be able to get that made with the small budget that I had and for it to turn out how it did. And I hope every day that I'm going to be able to start doing more roles like that. But not just roles like that, like films that are important, like Good Joe Bell. I want to be able to do both and, do a really cool action movie, but on the other hand, have a film that maybe changes the way someone views life or approaches other people. I want to be able to do both is definitely the goal.
Most challenging part about making Good Joe Bell?
That's a very good question. I think the hardest thing for me was realizing just how much alike me and Jaden are. It was hard. And when I say hard, I don't mean it, I don't mean it in a negative way at all. I just mean, I think for me, the film kind of made me realize how depressed I was, and how I had a lot of things I needed to work out. And specifically, do you remember the scene, the phone scene where I'm calling my friends?
Yes.
That scene in particular was so hard because of how easy it was to slip into that place. And it was a real eye-opener that I needed to, take some better care of my emotional health, and to actually like open up and talk to my mom and my dad about some of these things that I struggle with. And, that's another great thing about Good Joe Bell, is it, in a way, I think helped me as a person and helped me grow emotionally, and to realize how important keeping track and just taking care of one's mental health is, because I think it is easy in the hustle of every day to lose track of that.
Best part about making Good Joe Bell?
Best part about making Good Joe Bell was just working with who I worked with. Like getting to work with Mark Wahlberg and with Ronaldo, Marcus Green, and Jake Gyllenhaal, and all these people, Daniela, and Riva. Like, they were just such an incredible team to make this project with. And the fact that I got to not only do such an important film, but do it with these people who just cared so much about it and about me. That's definitely the best part.
Well said, Reed Miller. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being on the show, and great film.
Thank you so much. That means so much to hear. And thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure.
So, Good Joe Bell was sold to Solstice Studios during TIFF 2020 for approximately $20 million. So I'm sure it will hit streaming services maybe in late 2020, but definitely in 2021. So keep your eyes out for Good Joe Bell.
Hi, I'm Saida Garrett, co-writer of Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, and you're listening to Rainbow Country with Mr. Mark Tara.
Taking us to hour 2 of Rainbow Country, Let Somebody Love You, Runaway Train, Different Man. 3 tracks from Boy George and Culture Club's 2018 record, Life.
Rode into Boston, hard on my sleeve. 200 bodies is all I need. These boys are hungry, I'm little vain. The truth is, a runaway train flew down to LA, California sun. So many people trying to be someone. Michelle Obama, you know my name. The truth is, a runaway train. It's a runaway train. It's a runaway train. The truth is, a runaway train. It's a runaway train. It's a runaway train. The truth is, a runaway train. runaway train, it's a runaway train. Truth is, a runaway train. It's a runaway train, it's a runaway train. Truth is, a runaway train. Even when you're innocent, rumor leaves a stain. And all those judges are Shakespearean and shady. And you know I loved you as I loved you then, when you were the image of an angel. Oh, runaway train, come on now. Oh, runaway train, it's a runaway train. City, you can see your face in my shoes. I'm young and I'm alive, I've got nothing to lose. A dream, a book, a lie, a kiss, so much to resist, and then I find you. I am fire, you are water, nothing we can do. I walk into the room and light your fuse. Love is revolution, war and famine too. Feel the hunger in your heart. Let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. Now I'm in the wilderness, somewhere in the heart of Spain. You flies it up with a smile, says sing it again. A dream, a book, a lie, a kiss, so much to resist, and then I find you. I am fire, you are water, nothing we can do. I walk into the room and light your fuse. Love is revolution, war and famine too. Feel the hunger in your heart. Let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. Live and direct, got a boy or a girl in your hand. Could it be something I did or something you said? Live and direct, got a boy or a girl in your hand. When the two sevens come together, I'm gonna love you forever and ever. I'm fire, you are water, nothing we can do. Love is revolution, war and famine too. Feed the hunger in your heart. Let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. Gotta let someone love you. Need to let somebody love you.
Hi, my name is Joanne Vanicola, and I'm an actor and a writer, and I was first on Rainbow Country with Mark Tara on discussing the massacre at Pulse Club in Orlando. I realized how important it was for our community to have a radio station, specifically for our issues, to talk about people in the LGBTQ community and to provide an outlet for our stories, to discuss our politics, culture, and give voice to the issues that matter to us. And of course our artists and the things that we do globally, and talk about culture. And without people like Mark Tara providing a space for this with a radio show like this, then we wouldn't have that voice. So support, tune in. Thank you.
Hi, this is Police Constable Danielle Botno, also known as LGBT Cop, and you're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
This is Hour 2 of Rainbow Country, where I feature music from LGBT recording artists, independent recording artists, plus voices that you know and love in classic disco, classic 80s, classic house. So if you stay with me, if you stick with me, I hope you think I'm bringing you music worth hearing. Starting us off, a 3-song Canadian 80s set. We're Gonna Make Love Tonight, Unexpected Lovers, Your Love. 3 tracks from Canadian group Lime. In 1981, Your Love went number 1 on Billboard's disco chart in the US and was a success in Europe. Who is Lime? Lime is a Canadian disco band from Montreal, Quebec, and they went on to have a number of top 10 hits in the US and around the world. Up next, a 3-song R&B set.
See, I don't really understand what you expected. It seems we're chasing all those dreams, now I'm neglected. Come on for the weekend, just to tell me how much you miss me all the time. I'm begging, I do not want our love intercepted. Default. Suspicious 'cause his kisses used to turn you on. And now he's just delicious, stomach's twisted 'cause he's always gone. And you need that honesty, but to know if you want it, you haunt it. 'Cause honestly, deep down, you already know that he's not who you thought he was. But to know if you want it, you haunt it. 'Cause honestly, deep down, is full love. I'm just trying to get to know myself a little better than you know me. Is it true love? The way you get into my brain, no, I don't wanna feel that pain like you used to do. And you just got me nervous when you always know what I'm thinking before I even get a chance to say a single word. Want you to knock before you enter in my mind, but you just come on in and start digging, digging, digging. My head says that I should put up a fight, even when my heart says giving, giving, giving. Oh, please, don't look at me that way. Like you're so blue, love. It's just a new love. The way you get into my brain, no, I don't wanna feel that pain like I used to do. Oh, no, no, no. The way you hold on to my heart, oh baby, does this have to end before it starts? Want you to knock before you enter in my mind, but you just come on in and start digging, digging, digging. My head says that I should put up a fight, even when my heart says giving, giving, giving. Want you to knock before you enter in my mind, but you just come on in and start digging, digging, digging. My head says that I should put up a fight, even when my heart says giving, giving, giving. Want you to knock before you enter in my mind, knock before you enter in my mind. Oh baby, knock before you enter in my mind. Oh baby.
Come up for the weekend. Honesty, Fool Love. 3 tracks featuring R&B artist Tessa. And those 3 tracks are off of her current record, Fool Love. For all things Tessa, check out her website, tessamusic.com. Up next, a 3-song electronic set.
tell me, do I have permission? 'Cause I am on a mission. Show me what it takes to be your man. Boy, don't keep me waiting. I'm greedy and impatient. This is getting out of hand. There's no alibi, no asking why. This could be do or die. Hey, do you wanna try? Daddy, we could fly. Come on, let's take a ride. Is not imagination, some sick infatuation. Baby, this is more than physical. It's not just some attraction, some simple satisfaction. It's situation critical. I'm not just trying to score. Daddy, I want more. That's what I came here for. This ain't a one-night stand. Say, boy, I need a man. Now do you understand? Day, day. Do you want it? Now do you want it, baby? Tell me, do you want it? Now do you want it, baby? Boy, if you want my love, if you want my love, now do you want my love? Boy, if you want my love, now do you want my love? Do you want my love? Baby, come and get it. Baby, come and get it. Baby, won't you let me know why you keep me holding on? Baby, won't you let me know why you keep me holding on? Baby, won't you let me know why you keep me holding on? Baby, won't you let me know why you keep me holding on? Baby, won't you let me know why you keep me holding on? Baby, won't you let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Boy, if you want my love, if you want my love, now do you want my love? Boy, if you want my love, now do you want my love? Do you just wanna fuck? Baby, come and get it. If you want my love, baby, come and get it. If you want my love, baby, come and get it. If you want my love, now do you, baby, come and get it. If you want my love, baby, come and get it. You're just a pixelated fantasy. Alright, swipe, snake, selfie on my phone. All I got is what you're showing me. A cold light and I'm all alone. A third dimension, the touch and feel of it all. That's what I'm missing. Oh boy, I'm losing control. My new obsession. I want it more than you know. Real life, not virtual. We're going all night. Ready to blow. Wanna get my hands all over. Hands all over you. You got it all right. Oh, you should know. Wanna get my hands all over. Hands all over you. Intoxication taking over me. I won't fight, I can't hold it back no more. Got me rethinking my priorities. Black, white, and personal. A bold seduction. Check taste and smell of it all. I'm
touch me, tease me, hands all over G, contact body, do you even want the D? Welcome to my party, you talk like you naughty, by nature I'm down for the OPP, no PNP, I'm XLT, you got that XLD, ooh, well we can fuck for free, I'm not usually into strangers touching me, but the way Corey Titan keep me blushing, so we rushing to the tugging and the loving, skip the kissing and the hugging, and my bugging, no disgusting, no judging for the subject, got a hole, you can plug it, got a dick, I was sucking.
Slow down, baby.
You right, I'm touched, a little crazy, eager, B-O-Y, never call me lazy, I'm hardly Carly, call me baby.
Danger Zone. Come and get it? Hands. A 3-song electronic set featuring Corey Tutt. For all things Tutt, CoreyTutt.com. Up next, a 3-song folk set.
Taste of love in a sweat. You can't see and you can't forget. It's a new sensation. It's gonna take you home. I'm amazed, I'm amazed. You can let it get so out of hand. I know you gotta let it show. Let it go. You run like water through my head till I don't know exactly where I am. Take it up, I'll shake you up. Tell me straight, are you bold enough for a whole new lesson? And I'm gonna teach you right. Don't be sorry, don't be ashamed. Look in my eyes if you know my name. Get it right. You gotta get it right. Get it right. Like water. You run like water through my, run like, you run like water through my head till I don't know exactly where I am. Just run your fingers through my head. is empty, it's 3 a.m. The promise that I made to myself in my aching was if you did not appear before the liquid hit the bottom, we were done. This is the last time, no less painful than the first. But I can't justify to myself the aching soul. My bags are waiting for my heart and head to pick them up and run. As I lock the door and I walk away, even my poor heart wishes I could stay. If you could be, would be what you say. Even my poor heart, it knows better. The taxi's waiting, got my ticket in my hand. To put this all behind me, you'll never find me. Bet you never thought I'd have the guts to stand up and go on. The taste is bitter as I lock and drop the key. I pray you'll never treat another the same way you treated me. Late night, hard fight, lingerie, the wrong size. I get the picture, darling, I'm not blind. As I lock the door and I walk away, even my poor heart wishes I could stay. If you could be, would be what you say. Even my poor heart, it knows better. As I lock the door and I walk away, even my poor heart wishes I could stay. If you could be, would be what you say. Even my poor heart. As I lock the door and I walk away, even my poor heart wishes I could stay. If you could be, would be what you say. Even my poor heart, it knows better. My poor heart. There is no shame. There is no weakness. No amount of warning will let us prepare for this. Nothing cryptic, nothing to hide. The hardest rub of it all is what we're keeping inside. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it right. I tell you what to say, it's gonna make it right. I tell you what to say, it's gonna sin and forgiveness. If we only learn one thing, is that there's no difference. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it right. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it lighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it brighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it right. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it lighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it brighter. All the love in the world will make this go away. All the love in the world will make this go away. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it right. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it lighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it brighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it right. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it lighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it brighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it right. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it lighter. Tell me what to say, it's gonna make it brighter.
Like Water, My Poor Heart, and All the Love in the World, a 3-song folk set featuring folk rock artist Alana Hart, and her current single is All the Love in the World. And for all things Heart, AlanaHart.com. Don't forget to keep up to date with all things country, Rainbow Country. Follow me on socials at Mark Tara Music. Do you have a guest suggestion, maybe a show idea? Send me an email, mark@marktara.com. The podcast for Rainbow Country is available on all major platforms. The official Rainbow Country playlist is out on Spotify, and everything is hooked up at marktara.com. Finally, I want to take this time to thank you for taking your time to be with me. Remember, stay strong, stay safe, stay well.
Hi, this is Emily Saliers from Indigo Girls, and you're listening to Rainbow Country.
Dancing